And there it is, once again, looking to be that Cheeto top scorer. This is exactly what he is known for, that hidden player for the United States, good in all things that are flow aim every single time, and a 50,000 plus score improvement, almost 70,000 more than that first set, and that actually contributes to the majority of that score lead for the US, and the 160k was certainly not definitive, but it is going to earn them the win yet again. Poland's just not confident enough on the hidden flow aim, and the United States does not let a breakpoint slip away for their first map, so it is even. Poland, the United States right now already looking better than they did in the first set. Poland pretty confident on that one. I think their team score improved by just the smallest of margins on that, if not the same.
I think it looked pretty similar on both sides, honestly. I think the big difference here is tak0 able to find around 100k more than before. I think the potential on this map, I mean, even tak0 could have gone a lot higher than this. I mean, he was dropping 500k on the Australia match, so not going to matter though. It's enough. The job is done. So that map went well for them, and now we're back to Poland's pick. And I am so curious about this one, Shelly. There's so much adaptation here that could potentially happen for these picks here, and we're so early on. I think it's really hard to decide. We're trying to figure out where they go to. I think I'd like to see Nomad 1 and Nomad 2 here, but I don't know. There's a lot that they could go for with it, honestly. There's all of the maps I mentioned previously that could go well for Poland that we didn't get to see. This Nomad 5 pick I'm curious about. This 3 mod 4 pick I'm curious about, although I think that one's a little bit more coin flippy, but they're going to run back the 3 mod 1 here. The density aim map with, I mean, this was the first pick, right? So again, I'm going to say the exact same thing, compared to Panagia here that was just played. This was the first pick in the grand finals match. Everybody's nervous, right? Like, it's going to affect the scores, and I think this one might also look a little bit different. We're probably looking at matyk0 here, who honestly had like missed on 1 or 2 patterns there, dropped 566k, but like I'm looking at a potential FC here still that like could very realistically happen, and I think looked a little bit more looks like he has a lot more potential than Boshi potentially does, even though Boshi hit like the hardest spike of the map and was the only player in the lobby to hit it, like that really crazy like bottom left to top right corner jumps that nobody else hit, just Boshi. So I think we'll see a run back on this one. All of the mods on this are really difficult, and I don't think Poland has a second standout player, I think, for the nomads here. So I think this really is just matyk0 and Boshi, and I think they're looking at a run back on a crazy 1v1 once again.
They were significantly higher than the next closest score on their teams, over 100,000 higher in both cases, 200,000 almost for matyk0. So maybe looking for a bit more team support on that one to get him across that finish line. It was only 39,000. I did actually pick out a potential Knight of Knights pick for Poland as this next map here because they only lost that map by 10k, and it was actually more of a comfortable spot for matyk0, but Poland liking their odds on Chaos Collab, really kind of hoping that Boshiman isn't able to put up a MVP performance, but I don't know at this point. It was a 600k into a 500k for Boshiman, and that means that he does have room to go up from that performance again. Likewise with the other supporting scores on the United States, we know how well Decayton has been playing in this match today on that Hard Rock, and likely going to be putting through that repeat. Same with Rectagon on that aim, looking for just that little comfortable spot that they need to find as Poland tries to get a second point on the board for this match, and maybe do, again, a little bit more mental damage here. It is, sort of left to be said, does picking a map that you lost in the first set and winning it in the second set do more mental looking for just that little comfortable spot that they need to find as Poland tries to get a second point on the board for this match. And maybe do, again, a little bit more mental damage here. It is, sort of left to be said, does picking a map that you lost in the first set and winning it in the second set do more mental damage than just losing a regular map? And honestly, I'd say it does. If you know that you already had an advantage and you let it slip away, then it's more of a, we could have had this and didn't, rather than a, we lost to the opposing team's pick. So there is a lot of sort of mental stuff we can dig into here for Poland. And we keep saying they lost the pick, but I think an important detail is that they lost it by 39,000 points. That is like a scratch on one of the 4 players, right? Could very well have happened any other way here, but I think you're looking at this map as sort of a turning point in Poland's strategy here, because I think if it happens again, that's probably when they're going to start looking at changing things up here. You're not going to see pretty much people say after that, but if they show that they can pull it off on this one and show off that this is actually a worthy first pick for them, maybe we see what they wanted to see in the first match here.
Scratch so far for everyone now. Rectagon finally goes down. It's just matyk0 holding on to the one unscathed score in the lobby. And this is what you were looking for the first time around. If you were rooting for Poland on your fourth pick, you are looking for matyk0 to come in and be that best player in the lobby. He's one of the best tournament players in the world, for the single best tournament player in the world, the most decorated tournament player of all time. And this is the biggest trophy in the world. He is looking to finally get the biggest accomplishment that any tournament player can have, which is winning the World Cup. And he is looking good so far in this match. That said, Poland overall, they are only up by 6,000 points at the halfway mark right now. Another break to come through for Nahus. There's a little bit combo on the side of the United States, but Boshiman is going back up the big nomad combo for the United States. He is on impeccable accuracy as well. And halfway into this map, there he goes as well, actually finds the break on the slider stream. That's the pattern we talked about the first time around on this map that could potentially send this map one direction or the other. This time around, it does send in favor of Poland. Boshiman trading out on the slider stream, Decayton breaking on the hard rock afterwards, and now matyk0 and Corey both unmatched. The commander and his knights all working in tandem to bring this pick home for Poland this time around. 39k is indeed a scrap, but that is all they will get on this map. matyk0 and Corey 2 finds the misses, but that is a real quick 150k advantage for Team Poland on this 3-on-1, and the USA has only so much map left to bring that back. It is about a third of the map left here. Boshiman and Rectagon and have some big combo for the US. This could still come back. but look who it is, Nahu's holding on to big combo on Hidden of all mods, able to bring back some support, able to mitigate the losses to Poland when they need it the most. To trade out on Hard, Foxy Man to trade out on the Nomad, and suddenly Nahu's combo alone is enough to match both Taquito and Decay, and Poland are safe for now from the advance of the United States.
It's 110,000 for Poland right now. Nahu's known for his inane ability, going to be moving through the end of this map comfortably. It's Taquito and Decay in the fight, and this any chance of the United States making a comeback here is now lost, and the very slight margin that the United States had on this map in the first half disappears in an instant. Breaks the jam for Poland, goes to the RX combo, and there is nothing the United States can do. It's going to be a little bit disappointing with the overall performance from that top end, unfortunately the one-time boss man does not find that 500 or 600k score gap. It is the difference for the United States. It's 150,000 for them, and there is nothing that can save them in the ending of this map as Poland does not let yet another change break points away. They will secure the second point in the bracket reset, and we already have a better match on our hands to a significant degree. The United States, 163,000 in favor of Poland, now look for their next pick through, and that is going to be a tough one for them. That's gotta hurt. 63,000 in favor of Poland, now look for their next pick through, and that is going to be a tough one for them. That's gotta hurt.
I mean, this makes more sense.
Hogy nem
This is why
nézsz
they're first picking this last match. I think this is what they wanted to show. I mean, Nahu's with a 100k or so score upgrade from this map, a pretty significant chunk of that difference, honestly. But yeah, I mean, it is hard to find the consistency
nem
to do this over and over again, right? I mean,
minden egyes nap, amikor mióta már lelettek játszva ezek a meccsek, minden egyes nap miután azóta, amikor osuztam, néztem ebből, miközben streamben, miközben nyújtottam meg minden. Ugye nem osuztam eleget. Ugye péntek volt az utolsó nap, amikor osuztam, és akkor is verseny miatt. Szombat, vasárnap, hétfő, kedd, nem osuztam.
You've seen Bocce Man do super good on this 3 times now, I think, but it's hard to do it over and over and over again. 500k last time, so I mean it's tough. But now I think you can perhaps feel a little bit more confident about Poland's pick strategy. Perhaps they're looking at the Night of Nights again afterwards. But before we get to that, we have to consider what the USA goes for. The playing field is a little bit different here. There's still a lot of maps that have not been played. They're pretty good for them. Again, the Hard Rock one I think is pretty solid for them.
Akkor a lengyelek nyerik az émet, a amerikaiak nyerik a tappinget, és a gimmick az ilyen middle ground. Ilyennek érződik permet ez a meccs. Lengyelek nyerik a Hidden 1-et, a Aim Free modot, a DT 1-et. HR1 az azt hiszem közel volt, vagy megnyerték? Már nem emlékszem. De aztán meg elveszítik eléggé a DT2-t, DT3-at, gondolom a Fremont 3-at is el fogja veszíteni, hogy amikor be fogja pikkelni Amerika, mert szerintem be fogja pikkelni Amerika.
To Poland, and I would be remiss to see them let this one go. Maybe the most likely going to be that Hard Rock one because it's so aim heavy. And to be honest, the United States does not look super strong on aim in this match.
Yeah, this one was one for Window Life.
Oh, oké. Jól van. Most csak fanolni szeretnék a játékban. Igazából, hogyha a technikám engedi, akkor easy-t is szeretnék. Lehet, hogy visszaváltok mutatói középsúlyra, ahelyett egy mutató és gyűrűsúlyt használok. A ringdexről lehet, hogy visszaváltok middle indexre. Ki tudja, majd meglátom. Most egy picit ilyen experimenting lesz. Oké, a lengyelek eléggé durrán nyomják, pontosabban Maliszewski elég durrán nyomja. Nahusz is jól játszik. Rektikon sem misszelt egy párszor, igen. Overall jobbak a lengyelek most. Az jó. Rektikonon kívül mindenkinél jobbak a lengyelek. És ugye Maliszewski meg... Oké. Na jó van, meddig fogja bírni? Relatív jóak. Oké. Pont akkor néztem el, amikor nem csak ők. Hát mondjuk a végére a Winolife összehozta a kombóját. Állítsd már le magad. Crazy. Oké. Szóval. Jó lesz ez így. Ja. Decayton meg Pez az meglepően rosszul játszottak most. Winolife az... nem... A többiekhez képest. Aztán Winolife meg Rektikon jól. Azt náluk egy picit rosszabbul játszott a 3 lengyel. Mondjuk a Milos az közel volt, viszont az a 3 lengyel ugyanannyira érezhetően jobban játszott, mint Pez meg Decayton, és aztán Maliszewski meg a maradékot megnyerte. Amúgy Maliszewski, konkrétan, hogyha Maliszewski hozta volna csak a csapatjának az átlagát, sőt, még annyit se kellett volna hoznia, akkor is megnyerik. Várj, igen? Várj. 415 meg 30, szóval 445. Ja, nem. Még a csapatjának az átlagát, rajta kívüli Ennek a 3 játékosnak az átlagát csak kellett volna hozni, hogy megnyerjék. 445 000 szkór elég lett volna ahhoz, hogy megnyerjék ezt a mappot. Ami bottom score-olta volna a csapatjának, és még így is megnyerték volna. Mert csak úgy jobbak voltak. Boldog karácsonyt mindenkinek. Szia Manó, neked is boldog karácsonyt. Nem tudom, Magor mondtam-e neked, de neked is boldog karácsonyt.
The worst fear is, and there it is. We're wondering. I was wondering when they were going to take this out of pocket. It's going to be now Azure Destiny. This team, they like game. I mean, come on. It's Azure Destiny. Azure Arbitrator is back on this one against the USA. It's a good pick, and I think, you know, this is probably after such a score because I think this is the exact situation when you're on the back foot and you see a guy on the other team doing this type of thing. This is when you really do start to sound the alarms a little bit. USA is going to be finding themselves.
Aliszewski végre jól játszik és
I
platformon.
have been saying it for the first set. I'm going to say it again in a second. Game is favored to Poland. Whether or not you think the United States is good or not at game, it doesn't matter. Poland is better at game. It is their number one skill set as a roster. And Malyszewski, if not mistaken, he has proven to us in both of these sets that they are truly good at game because the match that they lost by 10K and 37K, they both match. They just had unfortunate misses. And it was mostly because we saw Malyszewski maybe today, but it was the match. Now that we're seeing Malyszewski and Forney expect to see him in, I think we're going to get a lot more of what is expected because Poland winning these big aim mechanics in this style now. Some of these versus some of these screens are very difficult. They could catch players on apart. I just do not like the way the United States has looked on aim in this match so far either. They've been shaky, they've been inconsistent, and it doesn't give me confidence that this is a match that they can take a break point on. I think it's possible they were in a match, but if there's ever going to take a Poland's way to consolidate that break point and make this 4-1 their favor, it has to be some one.
I mean, it's hard to discount them. You know, I think it's important to note that I think on paper Poland has the advantage here. But I mean, the USA is particularly bad in this place. You still see 400 games every single way. They didn't have 500 games. There's a potential for them taking this. So this one, not super on paper, but I think it's important pick for this to stay alive.
After that early 1/3 screen section, a couple of breaks takes out of Geography on down for the United States. Malyszewski down for Poland. Leaving Milosh and Evil Break territory for Poland versus the King and Ez on the United States. Top versus Monroe for both of these teams. Another big screen section about early in this match. In the meantime, you're going to see a lot of this come through on these jumps. These 280 BDM, all style of jumps, all style of BDM, but relatively comfortable, a little bit awkward in some cases, but really just all snapping here. Territory on fighting some of those early breaks. As Milosh still on the same for the King and Ez. Another break comes through there for territory. United States pulling ahead very, very slowly on the match. This is really long. They're expected to be here for a while on this pick. Coming into the next vertical section. We're not quarter of the game. Now, we'll need to go until that next vertical screen. And until we get into the next bigger sections. What does this come through for territory? And come on that
OD9 és fél ez nekik elég könnyű. Ez amit, hogyha nekem lenne OD9-ba. Vagy 8,8. Ashley nem, nem, hogyha OD8 is fel lenne. Wow, ja, miért állnak nyerésre? Ja, Miloš nem misszelt, de kétszer nem misszelt, oké. Mához is jól játszik. Sheritor egy picit rosszul, de nem annyira. Oké, mindenki. Ez a map, ez lengyel. De ez azt hiszem, igen, ez mindig csak egy breakpoint. Ez csak egy breakpoint, amit előzően láttam. Mint az előző mappnál láttam.
The question being now is, regardless of whether or not the United States is able to break this 4-1 first, they are still down 3 maps in a bracket reset where they weren't even within reaching distance on the first set. And the turnaround from Poland from Malyszewski and Miloš in the second set is unbelievable. And the United States taking into this hard rock 2 match advantage against them in the first set, they are going to capitalize on their hard rock abilities here, hoping that this hard rock roster is going to be able to match up in the performance on Poland right now. They have got their work cut out for Malyszewski. It is extremely difficult decision and play regardless of hard rock. And the playing this match so far, and to be honest, the way that some of the usual US hard rock players have been playing, their odds of winning match like this are very, very slowly lowering. They need to find it now.
This is going to be a really good pick for them. It's always nice to be able to pick the opponent's band out. However, Poland clearly had some changes in this bracket reset here. Coming out with new picks. You know, I feel like there was some surprises. And I think something that is, there's some potential here that I'm not saying this happens, but they potentially have in mind. If you're up on the side of a bracket reset match like this, we've seen some base band before, you know?
True, absolutely.
I don't think Poland is bad enough at all. Like, they're going to do fine with some hard picks. Like, just problem. USA definitely looks favorable. Like, it wasn't really good. And didn't have any particular standouts on this. 400 across the board. Even Karácsonyi for this as well, who you know, is definitely one of the best position players in the world. But it's kind of I mean, it's got a lot of other skill sets, and I think it's a little tricky for him to compete that much. He has a little bit of weak score on this. I think it's feeling for this one. At least that's what it seemed like. So, you know, I think this is an extremely important pick for the USA to do not only win, but just win, you know, decidedly win on this. It needs to look better because I think they're trying to be able to force the thing to come out. I think they think they're confident on going to be hard rock, so we need some hard rock here. I think, you know, they're going to be probably forcing hard rock just to get out. It is as advantageous as I think it is. But I mean, Poland has a solid chance on this, and probably Malyszewski's been playing really well. Yeah, I'm very curious. I think it's very good.
This is going to be a deciding factor here. We saw the United States break the 4-1 first, like you said, 2 break points versus 1. The United States has looked good on the hard rock the entire tournament. They have yet to live up eyes on Ez and King with how they've been playing these matches thus far. They're still only not up in this pool for the US if they are able to win this year. But gosh, if the United States is not able to take their own pick here, that could be a nail in the coffin. And it's Malyszewski, the only full combo remaining on Poland through this intro. We are not nearly in the hard section of the map yet. Here comes the first set. Sliders is potentially missable. 2 players. The United States missed it. That is one of the jump scare patterns in this map. Every time this is the first TI now, Sliders in control. It's these triples in these all sections here. Now the only on the ball, and the United States is not in that position right now. He breaks on the slider, and now maybe the United States is a little bit more safe with Malyszewski and Kościarek. Malyszewski and Kościarek, the King and Rektion for the United States. Ez and who's the support combo of their team. Kościarek trying to build that up right now. This is a generally low scoring match. You can see about 500.
Nagyon jó akja van, de kétszenne. Brutálisan. Ez egy roppant, ami így is gyönyörű. Ó, Kościarek majdnem.
score moving slightly in their favor. 30k into the last quarter of the map, now growing to 40k in favor of the United States and Poland. They need to hold on if they want to take this point. The United States down 1-4 are holding strong on this pick. They are just barely eking out every advantage they could possibly take. Into the end here, it's one trade for the King, passing the torch to Pez and Reaktion at the end of the map. Pez finally finds the drop for Reaktion, still holding here. This slight combo lead is all they require to take this pick. 50k in favor of the United States. And they will be down 4-1. They will take their pick by the skin of their teeth, eking out that win bit by bit, combo by combo, across all 4 members of that lobby.
And a bit of an uncertain one at that. The United States with this map gone in the first set. Now pick it through. The combos rain in, and Dictaton, the hero for the United States. It is an understatement to say that this guy is playing like a beast through these 3 matches in the grand finals. We get a 600,000 score. United States.
Dictaton, the scoreline.
It is an understatement to say that this guy is playing like a beast through these 3 matches in the grand finals. We get a 600,000 score besting malyshevski, 97.57% act on a Hard Rock slider map, and was the difference maker on this. And now we see Poland go in for Night of Nights. This was the smallest score gap in the first set, 10,408 points, and it all came down to malyshevski versus Bashi Man. And with the way Malice has been playing in this second set, that is not who I want to be going up against in this situation. The United States now at the front door of their first opportunity to make this match even. This is one of 2 potential chances that the United States has to take this one breakpoint back. They've got one here that could potentially send Poland to 5-2, but the United States wins one after that, and they've got one more chance before that match point is forced on that tiebreaker. There is time, but it is running out, and if there was ever a map for Poland to finally assert their dominance on this match, it's going to be this one here to take that breakpoint back through.
I mean, they ran back the 3-1 before. It worked pretty well for them, so they did choose to run this one back as well. You did say this was a little too close for comfort, I think, but I mean, again, it's another map that was picked really early on that I think has a lot more potential for a lot more people in the lobby. And I'm curious about this one. Again,
Értesz megnyerte?
we're starting to get like, a little bit later in this match now, every single map
Veszítette.
has to matter so much, right? Like, I think if Poland is able to take this one, you're looking at one more map.
Hát
right?
egyet
It gets in your head. It's so difficult to deal with all the stress of being in grand finals in the biggest tournament of the year, right? It's a big moment here, and I think if Poland is able to take this one here, they're definitely going to establish themselves as taking the larger step forward here, and definitely just one more step up on the podium here for them.
Keeping tricks in for this one once again continues to fill that hidden slot pretty well. Looked better in the first set than they did against Australia. Again, both those hidden players were the bottom scores, and it just goes to show how difficult this map is on the hidden. The big difference is going to be the Hard Rock roster for the United States again, going for that overmod on Dictaton and Rectagon, and we want to see that improvement from Dictaton from the first set. A 200 max combo was almost the lowest in the lobby aside from Evil Grape on that hidden at only 335k, and you need to see the early combos for them. The United States looking for that before Poland trying to close this match out as early as they possibly can, and on a map that the United States only won by 10k, all the chance in the world for Poland to let malyshevski absolutely run away with this on the nomad. It's all going to start here in these early jumps. Who has consistency and who's going to be ready for these game patterns in both teams holding?
I think holding is maybe underselling the amount of breaks I'm getting early on here. So here, even Strings Rectagon, Dictaton all finding breaks for the USA. Milosh and Territory both finding the breaks on the modded plays for Poland right now. It's just Bashi Man on the FC for the US, but 2 nomad players for Poland. Malyshevski and Kosirek on the full combo right now. A third of the way in, and this is actually better for the United States despite that. There, the Bashi Man and the early combos for the United States are just more consistent than the support for Poland, and that's really where the score lead is coming from. Dictaton's accuracy on Hard Rock, plus that boosted Hard Rock multiplier on Score V2 is doing so much work for the score, keeping it up there with the likes of that 99% nomad FC from Kosirek. Even with that break from Even Trick, it's matched by Milosh, it's matched by Territory, it's matched by Malyshevski. There's not all that many breaks for the United States, and this is not looking good for Poland.
Okay, dupla break.
For the United States, it's a 4-way reset in Poland. The hero they needed most, Malyshevski, he is not the one full comboing right now. It's the unsung hero, somebody who was playing in late restricted tournaments until not too long ago, somebody who's on their 3-digit World Cup team, who has been through a lot of downswings of Polish OWC. It is Kosirek who is pulling off a ridiculous FP right now. He still holds through all of his pattern aims, through all of the right angle jumps. He's holding through the stage triples at the end. Kosirek, the unknown hero, the Phantom Lord for Poland. He comes out of nowhere, and 700k. It's not going to hold him, but it's going to be more than enough to take Poland over the line into the end of this map and avoid disaster on another breakpoint.
And it is all falling apart for the United States. Kosirek has done more than enough. It's 100,000, but the combos break on the United States. And the 800,000 score turning from 416k in the first set, the second highest score in the lobby. And the 800,000 score improving from just 416k in the first set, the second highest score in the lobby, as Kosirek doubles their performance to carry Poland to the largest victory that ever could have mattered in this match. It was a point that everyone was uncertain about. It was a 10,000 score victory for the blue team in the first set, and it remains for the blue team in the second set. Poland brings it back home. It's not a break point against the United States, but it is one more box checked for Poland. It is one step further of the 3 they need to send the United States packing for the second year in a row, looking and standing over the hill as they are ready to go into their next pick. Now, they must continue to win their own points. There is no room for error. Should the United States lose their next pick, it's match point, and Poland has a chance to close it, but there's plenty left for the USA here. They have yet to go for that DT2, still nervous on that side. It was a 250,000 score gap for them, and it was a big performance from Rectagon and Window Life to bring them through on it, and I, for one, am very surprised at not seeing that map picked out here. It was very, very confident for them. The United States maybe just a little bit too nervous when they are down at this point. There's so much opportunity for slip up here. There is so much that could happen, and they switch it. They go for the DT4. They go for the higher AR gimmick DT map instead of the DT2. We have yet to see this against Poland, and taking the gimmick into them is definitely a strategy that I was not expecting to see from the United States, and surely they have something up their sleeve when it comes to a map like this.
You have to imagine, because yes, this map's gimmick, right? It is a lot of really techy screens, a lot of axle T-cell patterning, a lot of in-control alt patterning, especially when you get into the second half of this map. These overlapping triples that form fake triangles to mess with your reading during the most difficult parts of the map. But it's also all at 225 DPS. So there's a really significant speed, stamina, and finger control component to this map that cannot be ignored. When you look at DT4s and players specifically who are known to pop off on this slot in map pool, you often look to Malyshevski, but that's often on a little bit less speed-intensive DT4s, a little bit more tech and alt intensive. And yes, this map has those tech and alt elements, but for the United States, they're picking this, I think, mostly for the speed and mostly to leave up stuff like the DT2 and the potentially the 3-mod 3, the other more speed-focused map in the pool, because this is, you have to be confident on this if you're the United States, right? If you lose this map, well, suddenly it's break point for Poland. Suddenly it's match point for Poland. They're up 6-2 with their own next pick. So the United States, every pick they make from here on has to be really confident. So I have to imagine that they are extremely solid on this map, that they are not worried about that pop-off from Poland, that they know this map map is either speed intensive enough, stamina intensive enough, or that they are just really solid on the pick to not have to worry about that potential pop-off from Poland on this map.
And this is sort of that moment where the United States, I think, maybe have realized, you know what, we just always need to worry about malyshevski and Milosh. There is no map we pick in this pool where we aren't going to have to worry about that combo. So let's try and pick a map in the pool that we know need to worry about malyshevski and Milosh. There is no map we pick in this pool where we aren't going to have to worry about that combo. So let's try and pick a map in the pool that we know we are confident on, and maybe, just maybe, there will be something to match that performance. And this DT4 being what I would consider one of the most solo variable maps in the pool. If you have an early big combo on this map, you could absolutely trash another team on this. And we have only seen one break from Poland in this intro. Meanwhile, the United States has already fully collapsed in these intro streams. And that is probably the easiest section of the map by far, if not the most repeatable. There's a couple more sections of that. These overlapping triples that are going to come up later are going to matter, but right now it is very, very far in Poland's hands. And like we said earlier, the United States knocking on the door of match point. Milosh and Cheddis are going to find breaks in this refrain section here, so it's now just Natus and malyshevski left up. On these DT picks, and they must be in that position once again. The United States ready for that 3-5, but it must come through here. Poland has been so strong. It's a 4-way break on that intro triple pattern. That's the one I mentioned, and it's more from the United States, but it's just malyshevski now for Poland. Window Light finds a break, and it's Rektigon who has gone pretty under the radar and will continue to stay there as they find a break. And malyshevski, the number one tournament player in the world, is the grand finals right now here in this place. Is sending the United States packing. No chance that they have right now. 30,000 score, and it's just one more pattern. Malyshevski does not find it, but it's 30,000 in favor of Poland right now. There are minimal combos on the United States, and one more of those from malyshevski is going to send the United States down. It is looking bad for them, but it is not done.
The big thing for me is look at the accuracy for those two players who found pop-off combos. Rektigon up at 98, malyshevski's down at 96. Rektigon is actually still top scoring this map across the lobby right now. You have 250k from Window Light who has recovered and has this big combo again. Missed there from Natus. Gonna need more combo lead back from the United States. It is matched by Pez. Decayton and Window Light are the two biggest combos in the lobby right now. Low is behind with that ridiculous 98 accuracy. He's matching the accuracy by Rektigon, matching the combo for Cheddis as well. And here we go into the last third of the snap. Cheddis and Natus the first break. Window Light, malyshevski, Pez all finding drops as well on this next big section. These all patterns are so disgustingly hard. Decayton, Pez, Window Light, malyshevski. Everyone Poland is broken. It's just Rektigon, the captain for the, well, not the captain, I'm sorry, the pop-off player for the United States. Their single best player and the best tournament player in North America. Rektigon is holding on to the one combo through this most difficult section of the DT4 pick. He is putting on the carry pants the United States need. He is top scoring this map and keeping them from that match point Poland was so looking for on this map. Rektigon 1,000 combo into the ending. The last quarter of the map well underway. More breaks come out from malyshevski, Decayton, and Natus, and there's just nothing left but the best player in North America to continue holding this combo into the end to bring the United States to the third point in the bracket reset.
Rektigon has gone so under the radar in this grand finals, has really not had too many pop-up scores. I mean, before this, it was birth on the DT for Rektigon at the 800k, and once again, Rektigon is going to do it for the heroics on the DT pool, and the United States on a DT4 that we were sort of wondering if they would be able to pull out. Now lets them keep the double time 2 open with one more point in their favor, and they now come to the front of their next opportunity at that break point. Poland is still holding on. It is one map for
hogyha megnézed, Natus rosszabb volt, mint a Kéten. Cheddis az majdnem ugyanannyira jó volt, mint Pez. Aztán a másik kettő játékosuk meg érezhetően rosszabb volt, mint Window Light.
Poland to match point. Should the United States steal that map away, it could mean the difference between tiebreaker and not. It all comes down to one of these next two picks. Either the United States wins or loses this break point, or Poland maybe takes one more away. Either way, we are down to potentially just 2 maps left if all goes wrong here, and Poland can be unshaken here. They cannot let any of these losses affect them. They must continue on for the maps that they know that they are good at. And the question is, what do they go in for? It must be that Nomad 5 you mentioned, Laser.
I think it just might be. I mean, we're getting to the point where there's not a lot of picks remaining. There's only 2 more maps here that Poland have the ability to pick, right? So it gets a little hard to pick and choose. I think the Nomad 5 looks best on paper for them, but I mean, there's still some other stuff in this pool that I think is still quite advantageous for them, or at least has a good potential of being quite advantageous for them. I mean, this Nomad 2, I think, looks pretty decent. It's a map that still going to be able to go in for. The rest of the team, I think, really likes this type of flowing streamy map. This one's really difficult too. There's a 3-on-4, I think, that can be interesting for them. There's some pretty solid potential there with a lot of the very difficult, clip farming method. Okay, train of thought is completely gone. All right, there we go. It is Nomad 5. So we are going to see, we saw some speed earlier that tends to get banned all the time, and Gimmick also happens to kind of be banned all the time. Not this time though. It is left open, and Poland is going to be the one to pick it. And I mean, I've said it every time. Poland on header was an absolute menace. They completely demolished that map. It was by far the biggest difference I think in their finals match before. So this one is going to be a little bit different. This map it's very flow aim focused, very flow aim focused for the most part. So it's going to feature a lot of snap aim doubles as well as the main difficulty of the map here. But a lot of potential I think for a lot of players, a lot of different players. I think it's very hard to have a good grasp on. I think who's going to do well on this because it's not a reading map. It's somewhat gimmicky, but for the most part, it is just like a mixed aim map that just happens to be pretty low AR. And we're going to be seeing Honeydip have come in for I think their first map in both matches. Kind of the specialist player for this kind of thing on Poland. I mean, Hav is usually going to be able to come in for these basically just to gimmick stuff. Normally he's really good on hidden and techie picks as well, but I think the Poland roster this year is so well rounded that he doesn't need to play it that much. But going to be coming for the first time on this one, back in malyshevski, Evil Grape and Milosh on this one. And I think this is a good looking roster for them. On the other side of the table though, I mean, USA is going to be picking in their specialist at once in the lobby. They're not playing that many maps. Ethan, Caleb, and Boshi coming in for this one. Obviously Tequila too has not been playing that many maps. That's going to be the roster for the United States here as Poland looks to bring themselves 2 match points in the grand finals.
Ő 8. játékos, akire nem emlékeztem szerintem. Malyshevski, Natus, Milosh, Cheddis, Kosharek, Rafis, Sheritori, és akkor Honeydip. Okay.
Let's see if they can convert this pick over to match points. If they were able to, they'd be up 6-3. They would have 3 opportunities to cleanly close out the grand finals, to become the second team to beat the United States multiple times. Well, the only team to beat the United States multiple times, and the third team to have won OWC multiple times. If they're able to do so, they've got to get to match point. They've got to convert here, and they have to win another map afterwards as well. So early break coming through across both teams. Caleb, Tequila, Bashinan for the United States, malyshevski, Honeydip, and Milosh for Poland. It is Ethan Trix and it is Evil Grape holding on to the full combos for both of these teams on some honestly ridiculous low AR alt patterning. Here these doubles start to come through, and there goes Evil Grape. That's the first miss on that big combo for Poland during the second. Milosh also finding drops, Tito and Caleb trading them out, but big combo now on 2 members for the United States. Ethan Trix on the FC, Bashinan on the reverse choke. There goes Caleb once again, but malyshevski also finds a drop. That's another big combo gone for Poland. It is Honeydip and Evil Grape holding a little bit more combo for Poland, but the United States
Ethan
still
Trix
not bringing this over to their side. Junior, it's 90 act for Ethan Trix. He is also gaming his heart out right now, and it's 96 for Evil Grape, 96 for Milosh, 96 for Honeydip. The accuracy on Poland just outdoing the big combos for the United States. I mean, there goes the miss for Ethan Trix. Bashinan also finds a break immediately afterwards, and it's still big combo on 3 members for Poland. Poland.
Poland had just needed to hold on for that one section. The United States, they're really good comboing this sort of map, but the accuracy is doing all the damage in the world. You saw the maximum score gap they were able to put up was just a couple thousand. And look at these combos on Poland. The second the misses come out from the United States, this map is just all but over. And the gimmick roster for the United States just cannot stand here. Poland is far, far too good at this sort of map. One more section of doubles here. I know we're just through the halfway point of the map, but this is a 4-minute map, and we're at 160,000 score difference between these two teams right now. And that is just an unfathomable margin. Remember, the longer a map is, the more the big score gaps matter. And 200,000 score on a 4-minute map is effectively insurmountable unless the United States somehow had a full combo sitting on their side. And there's just nothing that Kaylin and Bosch are going to be able to do about this, regardless of whether or not Milos and Malashevsky.
Ja, a tiebreakereken ez egy garantált nagyon erős win. És ez 4 perc elég közel van hozzá egy tiebreaker legyen. Ez egy erős win. Meg azért, mert Nomod is nem DT. Ha ez egy DT map lenne, mennyire hosszú lenne, akkor ez 400k különbség lenne a multiplayernél.
In order to eventually win against Poland, if the greatest dynasty in OWC is to find their ninth win this year. Poland, they have so much security in this match right now. They have a pick of their own to try and close this out. They have 2 picks from the United States to try and close this out. And if all else fails, they have access to that exact same tiebreaker. 4 opportunities for Poland to close this out. 3 of them before we even get to that tiebreaker. And it is a win nearly across the board for Poland on this map. The only member of the United States to score higher than anyone on Poland is Boshiman. He's able to outscore Evil Grape and Honey Dip, but that's it. All other members of the United States lower than the lowest score on Poland. That is a completely dominating win for Poland on that 1-5 pick. It is why they should for the end of this bracket reset. I think so. The United States picking into this double time too.
This was the one. This was going to be the pick they needed, you know, and I think that them winning that DT4 mattered more than you would have thought, because this is quite possibly one of the only picks left in this pool where the United States had a pretty decent advantage in the first set. Everything else was very, very close or banned. I mean, they had out of place. That was only 122,000. And of the maps that were picked in the other match, everything else is already gone. So this is the only pick retained now from that first set where the United States knows that they had an advantage. And even then, it was on the back of an unbelievable performance from Rectigon and Window Life that they need to see again. Then they need to take a break point from Poland and somehow find another map in this pool that they have not played yet versus Poland and win it as well. This is 3 points for the United States using only 1 break point from Poland.
Nagyon kis esélye nagy a amerikai
that we had here. And this DT2, no matter how confident it is going to leave the United States lost potentially for what that final pick is. Likewise with Poland, the nerves that you have after forcing the match point, bringing yourselves back to that same spot in 2017, right there, waiting to take the gold. What do you pick? How do you pick? There's only a couple maps left in the pool, and if you don't have something that you are 1,000% confident on, it's always going to be a do or die scenario around here. And it could be the difference between Poland winning or losing this match if all goes wrong.
As much as this map looks like a break glass in case of emergency for the USA, when you look at how this went the first time, you definitely said it. This was almost entirely just Rectigon and Window Life playing well. Peasant Kilo had lower scores than most of Poland there. Actually, all 4 of them. So, you know, you will need these scores to come back here for the second time here, because Poland is just, you know, knocking on the door here. That's it. Like, you're out. There's no more second chances after this. 1 more map is all it takes for it to be all over, and Rectigon and Window Life are going to have to do it all over again here.
Nagyon örülnék, hogyha látnám a tiebreakert játszani, komolyan játszani. És nagyon örülnék, hogyha lengyelek nyernének. Jaj. Wow, Sherry Curry. Rectigon. Yes,
It's anyone's game for now, but it is combo for Window Life. Nobody else with any major combo right now. You got someone knocking them out. Here's the big death string. This is
Window Life is
oh my god. Everyone on the US is missing. Oh my god. Get the back over to Poland, and that might just be the case.
Micsoda?
Nobody left with anything combo with Window Life.
Nem mondd már. Komolyan? Ennyi?
That is Poland winning OWC. Every kingdom has its mighty ball. Every dynasty for the US is beginning and end. And yesterday, the ghosts of the USA's past have come back to haunt them. Poland stands to become the 3rd team to win OWC multiple times, and the most decorated tournament player of all time adds the greatest trophy to his collection. The US become the 3rd.
Wow. Milos az nagyon durvát ment. Ő volt a top score, még Window Life-t is legyőzte. Megint ez történt. Tekito és Pez az rosszabb játszott, mint bárki más az ellenfél csapatban, a lengyel csapatban. És aztán most kivételesen Milos nagyot ment, és ezért megnyerték. Csak az egy indok volt, hogy megnyerték. Megint megtörtént minden más, kivéve az, hogy Window Life Rectigon nem tudta legyőzni minden más játékost. Nem tudták beszendvicselni a lengyeleket. Wow, na ezt nem gondoltam volna.
What a match to do it on. Poland, the only team in the history of the OWC World Cup to maintain an undefeated record against the United States in the battle for first place in the OWC World Cup. It started in 2017. They put it on the back burner for a few years, but by God, they were going to do it again in 2025 was their year. 8 years later, Poland stands back at the top of the podium as the best country in the world at this game we call OWC, and in amazing fashion at that. An uncertain first set, a 7-1 loss in a match that looked all but over. And Poland brings it back. Milos, Malashevsky, and not even just those two, but the entire roster of Poland putting in the work. But you cannot forget to mention Malashevsky. In any case, the #1 tournament player in the world, arguably second only to a select group of players in minor scenarios. Malashevsky, 2.0 match cost, 9 match played, and 4 top scores in this grand final matchup. He has finally gotten his one. His team backed him up in beautiful, majestic fashion, and they will be your winners.
Just some unbelievable storylines here. Huge congratulations to Poland. I mean, I know both of you, you love your narratives, and how undefeatable USA looks sometimes, but it's 2 years in a row now. Someone has managed to do it, and it's not even because they're doing that bad. Like there are more and more teams that are able to match them.
Nem nyernek amerikaiak.
It's got to be Raptors, who has waited 8 years for this to happen again. Going to be finding a second OWC victory, first since 2017. You don't really get to see that crazy year gap. This might be the largest OWC win gap in terms of year for any one player ever now.
Biztosan.
That's just
Nem talán, ez garantált. Ahhoz, hogy ez megtörténjen, nagyon ritka az, hogy egy ember átmegy egy másik országba, úgyhogy az előző országban megnyerték, és a következőben is megnyerik a csapatjuk. Az szerintem soha nem is történt, szóval azt nem is kell nézni. Szóval csak azt kell nézni, hogy milyen országok nyertek eddig több OWC-t, és az egyszer volt a koreaiakkal, egymás után kétszer nyerték, szóval lehetetlen, az volt gap year. És ugye most a lengyelekkel, amit azt teorizálják, hogy náluk volt ez, egyetlen ember tőlük, aki repeating player volt, az a Rafis, szóval náluk nem is kell más emberre nézni, hanem csak azt, akit teorizálunk. Amerikaiaknál volt még, tehát az amerikaiaknál szerintem a legnagyobb gap year, hogy bekerült valaki a csapatba, kisebb, mint az, hogy valaki meg is nyerte. Mert ha úgy nézzük, hogy ugye most ez a legújabb OWC, amit lehet nyerni, szóval ebben mondhatni előnye van Rafisnak, és 17-ben nyerték meg előtte. Szóval Amerikának csak olyan lehetsége van, hogy 15-ben, mert 16-ban se lenne elég, akkor csak egyenlő, akkor se lenne elég, mert 24-ben nem nyerték meg. Szóval 23-ban nyerték meg utoljára, ami azt jelenti, hogy ha 15-ben valaki benne volt a csapatban, aki 23-ban is benne volt, akkor egyenlő lenne Rafisszal. Csak akkor lenne egyenlő. De nem lehet, nincs olyan ember, aki 15-ben játszott, és most 23-ban is megnyerte. Akkoriban még Vaxei se volt benne a csapatban, és ő már nincs is benne a csapatban már 2 éve. 23-ban benne volt, pont, de nem játszott még 15-ben. 16-ban játszott. De nem volt gap year-je. Érted? Volt gap year-je, de nem ennyire hosszú, még 20-ban is játszott. 21-ben már nem emlékszem, de szóval bőven Rafisnak ez a legnagyobb gap year-je. Egyik a legnagyobb gap year, hogy valaki megnyerte az OWC-t utána, amikor játszott, és megint amikor játszik, és volt egy nagy gap year-je, vagy több, az talán 2 év vagy 3 év lehetett. És valószínűleg Vaxeitől. Attól függ, hogy mennyi. Szóval ez most Rafis több mint megduplázta ezt.
Wonderful for them.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say really? He's the one player to survive from that 2017 Poland roster, the one player on their team who had actually won OWC before, and comes back. Poland, they finally have all the pieces of Exodia. They finally have every card in their hand for this year. They don't lose early on. They don't get upset early on by any team in tiebreaker like in 2023. They rebuild the roster for this year. They include one of the players from 2017, the one who is still truly active in high-level tournaments, and they managed to pull it off. It's a ridiculous storyline for sure. In the USA, I mean, this is the team of storylines, right? This is a team that, we talk a lot about, the end of a dynasty, the end of an era with last year's loss, and now they're second place this year as well. They didn't win OWC. Oh, yeah, they didn't win, but they've also been top 2 every year since 2015. They have been top 2 in 11 straight World Cups. That is a ridiculous dynasty for the United States. And I think, obviously, still something to be proud of. A lot of pressure being on a team that has such a ridiculous history of success like that. And so for the USA to still be able to pull in rookies like Caleb.
Nagyon összezavaró volt ez a 2 meccs. 7-1-re veszít lengyel, és aztán 7-3-ra nyerne.
And why that dynasty exists. We often forget to talk about the why behind that dynasty, but the USA of today is a completely different squad from the USA of 2015 when they first started accruing those wins.
This is...
De várjál. Itt technikailag kevesebb mappot nyertek Amerika ellen, nem? Na, ha jól emlékszem, tiebreakerben nyerték a finals meccsüket. Ami azt jelenti, hogy 7-2 nyerésnél lett volna döntetlen a map rekordjuk. Megint megtörtént az, mint 2017-ben. Az amerikaiak több mappot nyertek a lengyelek ellen, de több meccset veszítettek. Az egyik meccset nagyon durva megnyerték, és a másik 2 meccs az meg relatív közeli volt.
A year of new beginnings, I want to say, for a lot of teams in this World Cup. I think it's very important after the Grand Finals matchup to, sort of look over what this year means for OWC 2026, because this happens every single year, which means that these countries need to constantly think about how do we make our roster the best it can possibly be for next year's OWC. And I have loved every single minute of this tournament this year for one reason alone, it's because so many countries have amazing rosters. We are talking about right now, Poland has won. They had a great year. We're talking about Poland has a very young, very fresh roster. Rafa's side, who is Methuselah, but other than that, I think he still even is going to continue playing the game. And Poland, with a roster that could come back. We're talking about right now, Poland has won. They had a great year and all of that. What people aren't talking about is that Poland has a very young, very fresh roster. Rafa's side, who is Methuselah. But other than that, I think he's still going to continue playing the game. And Poland, with a roster that could come back next year and win the OWC World Cup yet again. They have a strong roster.
Rafis most hány éves? 27? Majdnem Faker korábban van.
I imagine we're going to see a lot more sub outs for next year. That could potentially mean that we see a completely different roster from them. And there are more countries that we didn't even see in this Grand Finals that fill that spot. Australia, they've been vying for that top 2 spot for years. And if there was ever a year we thought they could have done it, it was this year. And they came short on one.
Faker az majdnem 30 éves.
I still think that they could have done it, which means that their prospects for 2026 are as good as ever. And more teams on top of that. We saw Canada with a fully refreshed roster this year who did get knocked out in an earlier stage, but they made it farther than I imagined they were expecting to make it with a roster that was as fresh as they had. Germany completely made a switch up this year. South Korea lost a lot of strong players, but they still made it all the way through to the semifinals weekend, and there's a whole host of teams like New Zealand who cannot be understated this year. They had a miracle run, and I cannot say that it was luck. They had the best all-round team performance of the entire tournament, in my mind, aside from our winners, Poland. They look so good as an overall roster, and I cannot wait to see what they bring to the 2026 World Cup too. And there is just so much more that we can look forward to in just a year's time.
I am very much looking forward to next year as well. Australia this year put the US to tiebreaker as well in the losers bracket grand finals. They look to compete with a similar roster for next year as well, right?
No.
I know there's quite a few Australia and
Akkor játszunk.
sponsor talent in that region, so
Nem gondoltam volna, hogy
look like next year as well. Poland, as you said,
Warmap-om előtt befejezem.
They had multiple players, right? They were the defending world champions actually. They were out in the top 6 this year. But they had multiple of their best players either quit or, as is so often the case with South Korean gaming players and esports players, military obligations, right? So it kind of interrupts the careers in OWC. This is not League of Legends, right? None of these players are literally faker, and they don't just get exemptions for it. Just to keep playing OWC year after year.
Fuck
so,
yeah.
but not quite the case here in OWC. To keep playing OWC year after year, so not quite the case here in OSU, unfortunately. So for teams and countries that don't have that obligate service, you can look forward to similar teams next year, hopefully, or multiple of those who have challenged the United States this year.
Létezik dolog és egy burnout.
There's one thing I want to mention about this. Having been here for so many years now, there's been this narrative for the longest time that the USA always wins, they got plot armor, they're just too strong. I think a lot of people are always kind of looking down when they do good. I think it's a common thing that we all have to deal with every time, but I think that narrative could be put to rest now, I think. I mean, that's 2 years in a row now where someone managed to outdo them.
Már nem
I think it's a very interesting change in landscape. Like you said, Chill, you're kind of the start of a new era here with this one.
Egyre gyengébbek
Honestly,
19
going
óta.
forward, there's so many things that could happen. A lot of very new faces, a lot of very, you know, fresh
Itt
players
kilépése óta, aztán Vaxei, aztán utána egyre több gigászi titánt veszítenek el. Ez brutális. Ha most minden négy még mindig aktív lenne azóta is, és most is játszottak volna, ez ilyen brutális nyereségük lett volna. Képzeld el, Vaxei, Itki, Utami, Rektigon egy csapatban. És ugye mellette még amúgy nagyon jók, The Katen, Window Life, Tekito, Pez.
The future landscape of OWC World Cup after today, but it is nice to see.
De Toy is jöhetne, csak nem
something to be happy
tudom,
about.
már ide a
Generational team for them to be able to assemble everyone on 1 year here after a couple of their players kind of took a backseat or didn't play or didn't really have a full roster around them. Well, now they do, and they prove that they can do it.
This is a new era of OWC, as I think that we boiled this down to. We brought back the group stage. We removed the round of 32, so I mean, we really backtracked to 2018 this year, by the way. That was the last time we had group stage and round of 32 gone, but
that's why they won.
Yeah, there it
that's
is.
Why they won.
Enough, the last time we had a group stage and a round of 32, Poland lost in groups, so damn, what a turnaround for Poland this year. But, you know, good things to be said all time, and there's a lot of statistics that we could go over that we're not going to go over because they
Milos az
really
nagyon jól játszik, mi a franc. Emrek meg A-Secret Box épp hogy szerzett 200 000-et a map végén. Milos 262 000-en van a map 78%-ában. Meg a Window Life is, Geci. Mi a franc? Pez is nagyon jó eddig. Van kombója. De a Milos apja...
Poland have never lost the grand finals to the United States, continued through to this year. Unfortunately enough for Poland, as much as I'd like to say it, they did not become our third team ever to have an undefeated run in the OWC World Cup. But man, they came so close. That first
Igen. Nem tudom, valami történt velük az első meccsen. Nem is tudom, hogy mi történt velük az első meccsen. Nagyon örülnék annak. Mondjuk biztos vannak erről videók. Van valami videó? A Rafis videó az olyan volt, hogy Parallax? Ó, nem lehet. Mi az, hogy nem lehet kikapcsolni? Csak most? I guess, sure, oké. Van olyan videó, ami elmagyarázza a point of view-jukat? Hogy mi történt azon a meccsen? Ez egy jó zene. Úristen, karácsony van. Néha nem esik le nekem az, hogy mennyire... néha elfelejtem, hogy mennyire gyorsan telik az idő. Szia, Konoxa!
What about me? Falling for you.
Hogy vagy, Konoxa? Lehet ma mapot küldeni? Sure. Szia, Csaba! Kösz Csaba, szia Csaba. Mind a hármat külded. I see. Kösz.
Hold it. Still remember me? You broke my right arm the last time. You thought that you had ruined me. But for 5 years I've trained hard. And my left arm's just as good. So tonight I've come to challenge you again. Good.
Ez tényleg az.
You look like a gentleman and a scholar. But you're a killer.
Villamos.
Allow me to demonstrate the skill of shouting. The special technique of shadow buffing. Are you ready to die now?
Ha iskor. Oh, error dispute map. Yes, of course. Már 8 éve rankolva van, viszont nem, Matykám, nem. LDT SSDF-től, az crazy. Ha lesz időm rá, de nem tudom, hogy lesz-e. Mert Osó után családi vacsi, és aztán meg családi asztal társasjáték. Családi asztal.
Hold it. Still remember me? You broke my right arm the last time. You thought that you had ruined me. But for 5 years I've trained hard. And my
Ez
left arm
milyen
just as
filmből
good.
van?
So tonight I've come to challenge you again. Good. You look like a gentleman and a scholar. But you're a killer.
Ja, ez egy fura map lesz toyból. Oké, nem volt annyira akkora. Quoted. Tenger. Ebből lehetne egy extrémebb technopot is csinálni. Misszelni ki fog? Én. Volt egy misszem eddig. Itt ez jack shit adtak. Oké. Ezen improválunk. Majdnem 4 év, 3,5 éves szkorja.
연기를 해도 가면을 쓰고 하면 어떡해 정론이지만 해답으로서 너도 빈 거네 한치 틀림없이 어긋난 관음 관심 관용 관세 너와 나의
Nem pixeles, igaz?
숨을 손에 품고 길을 잃어버린 꿈에 미련은 없는 거야
Na várjál. A kurva. Kiszabadult a démon. De van, aki súlya már? Miről van szó? Nem? Yikes. Ez meccsen volt valószínűleg. Négy tornás új védőlevébe. Nem tudom, miről beszéltek. De majd ezt egy pillanatra felraktam a kis filmre, vagy WhatsApp?
Matyk0 vagyok és már a kutyák sétáltatnak engem és nem én őket. Régen minden nap égett a szemembe, olvastam a sorokat, éreztem bennem. A ritmus vitt, mint egy álom, most csak kattintok, de semmit se találok. Jobb kezem fáj, mint a szög ment volna át, a rotáció se jön, már fáradt akar hát. Csak ülök és várom, hogy jöjjön a flow, de fekete képernyő büdös zsidó. Régen repültem, most lezuhanok, minden play után csak ném az ajok. Ha jön a stressz, a testem se bírja már, spontán bevizelek, ez lett az ár. Karom nem rotál, az korel se nő, tepin se clean, minden csak kő. Régen boldog voltam, most a fájdalom nő, egy kattintás és jön a fekete képernyő. A fekete képernyő. Nézem a statokat, golyszkomba semmit, a régi topscore-em csak szellemek itt. Kezem remeg, mint a sírna a múlt, minden missz után egy darab kihult. Az anxiety chain már nem is fake, bent tart, mint a saját replay. A testem is feladja, elenged a gép, már nem játszom, csak nézem, hogy ég. Rotálni kéne, de fagyott a csukló, a szobában hideg, csak a LED villogó. Régen ez volt az életem, most csak én. Matyk0 meghalt, a handpain az új teen. Régen repültem, most lezuhanok, minden play után csak ném az ajok. Ha jön a stressz, a testem se bírja már, spontán bevizelek, ez lett jön a fekete képernyő. A fekete képernyő.
A szkóra sem nő.
Rom a Mikulás. Gomba mindenkinek.
Komba mindenkinek.
Leszáll a kéményen este a Mikulás. De ajándék helyett a 7 éves húgomat viszi el.
Jó.
Boldog karácsonyt mindenkinek. És matkossunak is. Glaswave leborotválja a szakállát. És egy pulcsit köt nekem belőle karácsonyra. Hogy átvészeljem az atomomba robbanást. Egy kis mézes kalács és kávé. Szokszeim robotjai csomagolják a 800 pp-t. Rabszolgamunka, moderátor clips, líderó, boldog karácsony. Na ellentek aludni, ez a bad meg úgy is.
Ezek hamarosan szavazni kell a 2025 legjobb játéka, Magyarország legjobb játékosaira, és a 2025 legjobb játékosaira is. Nem tudom, hogy jól mondtam neki. Bal kezet.
Lepcézett egy 5 csillag az égen, Jújmaru. 7 nővére jön le az égről. Metroszag emmápoly. Nekem egy karácsonyi bombát. S én egyen robbantom fel karácsonyra a világot. Csak generálj nekem erre egy baszó refrént. Csináljunk baszó refrént, de kihagyjuk a kiskorukra utaló részeket. Marad a kaotikus karácsonyi apokalipszis vibe. Oké, gomba, gomba, felik az égig. Zseng a harang, de minden egész. Hull a hó, ég a horizont. Torgó karácsonyi boom, káosz halott. Gomba, gomba, nukleáris hit. Zsejjak, hull a világ megint fit. Ez nem csak 10 matyk0 karácsonyi atombeat. Kis gomba, 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 gomba. Hull a hó és jön az atombomba. Gomba, 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 gomba. Hull a hó és jön az atombomba.
Atombeat. A Leo forog a sírjában? Ő HD nélkül játszott, szóval...
Chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. Bitch, I'm always after Guala, yeah, and you are not badass beat. Keep on going.
注ぐ日差しはこだまして俺なんだよ
Onnan adta még egy. Azonnal lejátszom a mappakat. Egy szünet, aztán elmegyek, még egy pár mapot lejátszok. Elmegyek pisilni a szünettel. És aztán lejátszom az 5 csillagos mappalat, az biztos. First pillow on the moon. Nagyon figyelnem kell tettingemre, hogy ne roncsam el. Longs true. Speedy, nekem is konkrétan ez van. És ez az az orvosság, hogy kompenzálni próbálsz a tappingeddel az émedre. Meg pontosabban ragd a 125 BPM streameket ugyanarra az OD-ra, mint a 250 BPM jumpokat. Mert észre fogod venni, hogy nem ugyanazzal a UR-ral fogod tappelni. Nem ugyanazzal az akkal. Meg amúgy is nagyobb aim kell, ezért kompenzálni próbálsz, és kevesebb ideig vagy a nóton. Mert ugye messze vannak egymástól a körök, ezért több időt fogsz tölteni a 2 kör között, jump közepén. Mint hogyha streameket játszanál. Szigorúbbak. Akármennyire papíron ugyanaz a tapping. De szigorúbb. Oké. Hány hónapja próbálom én ezt a tappinget erősíteni? Elmegyek vécézni. Addig hallgassátok ezt a gigabangert.
Matyk0 vagyok, és már a kutyák sétáltatnak engem, és nem én őket. Régen minden nap égett a szemembe, olvastam a sorokat, éreztem bennem. A ritmus vitt, mint egy álom, most csak kattintok, de semmit se találok. Jobb kezem fáj, mint a szög ment volna át, a rotáció se jön, már fáradt akar hát. Csak ülök és várom, hogy jöjjön a flow, de fekete képernyő büdös zsidó. Régen repültem, most lezuhanok, minden play után csak ném az ajok. Ha jön a stressz, a testem se bírja már, spontán bevizelek, ez lett az ár. Karom nem rotál, az korer se nő, tapping se clean, minden csak kő. Régen boldog voltam, most a fájdalom nő, egy kattintás és jön a fekete képernyő. Golyszkomba semmi hit, a régi topscore, én csak szellemek itt. Kezem remeg, mint a sírna a múlt, minden misz után egy darab kihult. A anxiety chain már nem is fake, bent tart, mint a saját replay. A testem is feladja, elenged a gép, már nem játszom, csak nézem, hogy ég. Rotálni kéne, de fagyott a csukló, a szobában hideg, csak a LED villogó. Régen ez volt az életem, most csak én. Matyk0 meghalt, a handpain az új teen. Régen repültem, most lezuhanok, minden play után csak ném az ajok. Ha jön a stressz, a testem se bírja már, spontán bevizelek, ez lett az ár. Karom nem rotál, a skóre se nő, tapping se clean, minden csak kő. Régen boldog voltam, most a fájdalom nő, egy kattintás és jön a fekete képernyő. A fekete képernyő. A kuzsor elcsúszik, a beat csak kattan, a monitor sír, a szívem pattant. Ha újraindítanám, semmit se érne, mert Matyk0 rég ott van. A fekete képernyő. Matyk0 vagyok, és már a kutyák sétáltatnak engem, és nem én őket. Égett a szemembe, olvastam a sorokat, éreztem bennem.
Szia, Matyk0.
Most vitt, mint egy álom.
Szia.
Most csak kattintok, de semmit se találok. Jobb kezem fáj, mint a szög ment volna át. A rotáció se jön, már fáradt akar hát. Csak ülök és várom, hogy jöjjön a flow. De fekete képernyő bűnös zsidó. Régen repültem, most lezuhanok. Minden play után csak ném az ajok. Ha jön a stressz, a testem se bírja már. Spontán bevizelek, ez lett az ár. Karom nem rotál, az koressen ő. Tepin se clean, minden csak kő. Régen boldog voltam, most a fájdalom nő. Egy kattintás és jön a fekete képernyő.
Fekete képernyő.
Nézem a statokat, golyszkomba semmi hit. A régi topscore, én csak szellemek itt. Kezem remeg, mint a sírna a múlt. Minden missz után egy darab kihult. Az anxiety chain már nem is fake. Bent tart, mint a saját replay. A testem is feladja, elenged a gép. Már nem játszom, csak nézem, hogy ég. Rotálni kéne, de fagyott a csukló. A szobában hideg, csak a LED villogó. Régen ez volt az életem, most csak kín. Matyk0 meghalt, a handpain az új teen. Régen repültem, most lezuhanok. Minden play után csak ném az ajok. Ha jön a stressz, a testem sem bírja már. Spontán bevizelek, ez lett az ár. Karom nem rotál, a skoressen ő. Tepin se clean, minden csak kő. Régen boldog voltam, most a fájdalom nő. Egy kattintás és jön a fekete képernyő. A fekete képernyő. A kuzsor elcsúszik, a beat csak kattan. A monitor sír, a szívem pattant. Ha újraindítanám, semmit se érne, mert Matyk0 rég ott van a fekete képernyő mélyén.
A kamerát csak úgy tudtam megoldani, hogy fókuszáljon, hogy belevilágítok a telómmal. De amúgy csak megteszteltem, hogy most fókuszált-e vagy nem.
This could be the day I die.
Let's start with a bang. Get lost in the city lights, drowned in a lullaby. We cut like a samurai, sting like a butterfly.
Cut like a samurai, sting like a butterfly.
Don't blame me now. We're lost in the city lights, cut like a samurai.
Oh. I will never relinquish. Ki ez a gót? Ja. Ki ez a gót? Megöl le. Holy fuck, ez a gót. I will never really crash. Ó, ez nincs itt. A középsúlyam, most ugye azzal teppelek, eléggé gyengusnak érződik, de hát logikus, mert már hónapok óta nem teppeltem bele. Szóval letöltések. Akkor itt van valami settings, nem? Elérem azt, hogy setting. Ja. Hopp, nem ez. Wow. Ez a setting? Nope. De akkor lehet, hogy mégis ez. Mindjárt megtalálom. De régen csináltam már. Hát ez nem itt lesz. Csaba azt írta, hogy Csaba azt mondta, hogy írjam le, hogy öld meg magad. Ó, köszönöm. Akkor config? Vagy documents? Azok. Hát, hogy config. Az, oké. Okay. Y helyett X. Save. Ezt kikapcsoljuk, bekapcsoljuk. És már jót mutat. Legalább a nomapettát le akarom megérteni. Oké, kezd már nem annyira gyengenek érződni a középsúlyom. Nem akarod, mert nem akarom. Az hamarabb van. Oké. Oda tette magát a reagálásban? Nem néztem még meg. Szia Glass Wave, boldog barácsonyt. Boldog karácsonyt, K-pizza. Az durva, leszpoilerezett neki. Nem, oda van írva a streamben, hogy Polland 1. De nem, én láttam már. És a meccs közben nem reagáltam sokat, de a meccs végén már reagáltam sokat szerintem. Eddig jónak érződik. 2-23, egy misszem volt. Pont vele. No scope. On my way. Három új. Adok neki 3 újat. SS. Ez a vibe, ez a meta. Szélső. Oké. Oké, szóval mind a kettő no-fel. Melyik diffet játszom le? Oké. AP 8. Cheekies. Van 7. Oké. Mondjuk megvárhattam volna, mire vége van. Ó, faszom. Még volt nap hátra. Oké. Azt, hogy misszelem, miről beszélsz? Hogy azt, hogy misszelem, melyik rész? Amikor nem volt no, tehát nem tudom, hogy érted, hogy misszeltem, bazd meg. Ja, láthatatlanak voltak a nótok. Egy párat el is találtam. Nem emlékeztem az előtte lévő patternre, pedig ugyanazt csinálta. Ó, ez egy fun pattern. egy jó jumpot. Jep, nem raktam no-felt. Ember, nincs mind visszelni. Hát ez egy bug. Nagyon sokat számít ebben a játékban a slider end, hogyha nem tudod eltalálni. Érdekes van. Mondjuk az első kétharmada jobban tetszett. Azonnal letöltöm. Pedig majdnem persze, hát igen. Nem volt rossz. Konzerv. Ó, ez egy jó zene. De melyik? Van osumán belül, az garantál, nem? Laggolok, yep. The same. Az már nem volt gondolom lemettelve. Már csak ilyen konceptek. Nice map. Nem nyomtad a középsúlyom szerintem a nótot. Ez egy jó easy map lehet. Jól gondolom, ezt Boci le tudja DTFC-zni? Valószínűleg, ja. Úri, 5 percem van. Egy 20. Megyek! Hát ez a tapping stílus se érződik annyira jónak, az elején jónak érződött, de most már érzem, hogy befeszül. Akatsukin van relax, hát itt is van relax.
When the stars seem to fade, never could let any of it bring me down. If you were part of my world, let myself fall to what I reach for, to live for. We're running to the middle, our rising hearts. There's no way to turn back from the choice that we have made.
Teljesen le volt... teljesen le volt kötözve a kis ujjam, egyenesbe nyomva, és rákötözve a gyűrűs ujjamra, és még így is valahogy be akart feszülni, és egy nagyon picit szélebbre menni, azzal, hogy a gyűrűs ujjamat is egy picit elhúzta. Ennél jobbat nem tudom, hogy tudok csinálni. És már hónapok óta próbálom, mert szerintem több mint fél éve próbálom, bőven több mint fél éve próbálom azt megcsinálni, hogy csak úgy az izmaim, meg az agyam segítségével csak úgy megoldani azt, hogy relaxált legyen. De hát ez van, mindegy, majd holnap megint streamelek, megint próbálok osúszni, addig is jó éjszakát mindenkinek, csá, sziasztok, see you next time, bye bye, csá.